Yes, we're back. You know, the Jew has problems. Don't get mad at me, damn it. If the guy is Jewish, he can be a Jew if he wants to. I mean, I watched Buddy Hackett last night, right? Protesters gather outside the White House advisor Stephen Miller's apartment and pass out wanted flyers. What did I say yesterday, Amanda? What did I say? I told you yesterday, when something happens to somebody, will Maxine Waters be held responsible? Now, will they be held responsible? They are handing out these flyers to Stephen Miller's neighbors at the apartments in D.C. And it says, Stephen Miller. Let me try to get, I'm trying to see if I can get this. Okay, I need to increase this so I read it. All right, white nationalist. This is a picture of Stephen Miller. See if you can find these flyers, Amanda. Actually, I got them here, but see if you can find them, okay? And it's wanted, and Stephen Miller, white nationalist, Trump lackey, and architect of both Muslim ban and family separation. Guilty of, let's see what it is. Guilty of, I'm trying to get it here. He's guilty of kidnapping 2,500 children. Now, this is what they're handing out. We believe that Stephen Miller is guilty of kidnapping 2,500 children, crimes against humanity, banning Muslims, promoting Nazi white supremacists and Islamophobic ideology. He's a Jew. This is a Jew. Last seen 920 I Street Northwest. Reward defeating fascism and Trump and the Trump regime. If seen, please inform his great-grandfather, Nielsen Miller, a refugee to the United States, that Stephen is a complete and utter disgrace. Also, feel free to give him a piece of your mind. I'm telling you right now, Maxine Waters should have to resign. Should have to resign. I tell you what, intern comes down the hall, smack her on the ass, you're out. Now, not that you shouldn't be. They don't get that wrong. You're out. Boom. I mean, they'll do 48 shows on it. CNN will talk about it. I mean, bam, that intern, you gotta go. But now an intern can just scream, F you, President of the United States. Whoa, she's held in the highest regards in our office. Maxine Waters can come out and ask these wackos to attack and do these posters. I've got the poster right here, okay, of this Jewish man. Jewish. Where is the left? Where is the outcry? No, 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 no. She's called for an attack on this Jewish man. She has. Because, you know, it was just last year that Steve Scalise was practicing to play a charity fundraising baseball game, and it was just a coincidence the Republicans were practicing when a Bernie Sanders whack job comes up with a gun and starts opening fire, and he almost kills Steve Scalise, representative from Louisiana. Maxine Waters should have to resign today. Period. All right? Here is one of the biggest problems. Damn, this needs to be a 3-hour show today. Here's one of the biggest problems they're having at the border. No, it's not trying to locate children. No, it's not trying to locate more blankets. No, it's not trying to get judges to hear if they should be able to stay. Here's the problem the media is having at the border. Is they're going down there and finding out the truth. And the media has the bury it team. The bury it team. The in charge, okay? I mean, even here at FetchYourNews.com, we don't have a bury it team, but we have reporters. And when they run into something controversial or they run into something, they call me up. hey, what are we doing on this? This is what I found out. What's happening with the media, the deep state media that sensationalized and created a problem that does not exist? Okay, it's a problem. Yes, it exists. Yes, and I'm not contradicting what I just said. It's Congress that needs to fix this. Obama had 8 years. George W. Bush had 8 years. So on. But they're creating this immediate problem as though it's Katrina and these kids have washed up on shore like dead fish. I'm sorry, that's what they're trying to make it sound like to you. But the problem they're having is they're going down there and finding the truth. And they're calling back home, boss, what do you want me to do with this? Bury it. Boss, what do you want me to do with this? They're in there playing pool and PlayStation, and they were able to see doctors and bury it. The Bury It Boys, okay? That's the team. Let's play this video. Do you have the video? Can we go to that? Let's try this. Make sure I can hear it. Do I have a thumbs up or, you know, there you go. Give me a thumbs up.
All right, so this is one of the areas where almost exclusively the smugglers use it to smuggle unaccompanied children and family units into the U.S.
So those migrant families, this is one of the pathways they come through right here?
This is the main pathway here in the McAllen Station's area of responsibility. Pásale. ¿Cuántos más vienen? Look, there's a smuggler. Espérate ahí, espérate ahí.
We have Border Patrol just got a smugglers. That's a smuggler?
This is the smuggler right here.
And Adrian Rodriguez, you can't go in there.
I cannot go in the river to apprehend him. As long as it goes back south, I'm all right. As soon as he saw me, he was walking these folks up. And we'll talk to him right now. But more than likely what he was going to tell them is just take this main road, follow it, the road that we came up on, right? So as soon as he saw me, he ran back south. His raft was right there, jumped on the raft, and went back south.
Folks, they don't know what to do. That's ABC. They don't know what to do because they're going down there and finding out the truth. And they're sitting in these little cafes and they're sitting in these dark rooms and they're like, what do we do with this? I mean, this just didn't happen. It's the truth. We have drugs coming across that border. We have unaccompanied children going across that border. We have Mexico intentionally doing anything they can to see if they can collapse this country as you know it. America's Most Wanted. Okay? America's Most Wanted. Now, Amanda, I'm going to send you this one right here. Scroll down and see if you can get the video on this one. Now, Amanda, you're doing so well right now. I don't want to put no extra pressure on you, but try not to screw this up. Because, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm actually very impressed today. I sure as hell hope I can get it disimpressed tomorrow and the next day. Let's try to do 3 of them in a row. And please, how long before I hear ugly words come across that mic? Amanda, let me know if you get this one. If you can pull that video at the bottom, you'll see the one I'm talking to. Give me a good thumbs up if I can make it work. And I want to say, all jokes aside, I'm just joking around because I send Amanda all kinds of stuff, and she has to try to make it work in our system. And she does everything she can to make it work. So if she gets this video, I want to put it up. But that's what the problem is down there. They're finding out the truth. Now, I'm telling you, no judges. Call your congressman today and say no judges to the border, period. Okay? Period. No judges to the border. That's the bottom line. Call your senator and ask them why they won't solve or start working on solving the opiate addiction crisis in this country with some of the great bills that the House of Representatives have sent over. Now, there's a lot of things you don't like your congressman does. There's things that you may not like that your congressman in the 9th District here has done or voted for. But let me tell you something. There's not many congressmen in the United States of America today that has worked as hard, looked into, listened to his people like Congressman Doug Collins has where it comes to this opiate addiction crisis and trying to solve it. Amanda gave me a thumbs up. Let's go with this one real quick.
Welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Villain locking up immigrant children. Stephen Miller, you're a villain. Locking up immigrant children. Stephen Miller, you're a villain. Locking up immigrant children. Stephen Miller, you're a villain. Locking up immigrant children. Stephen Miller, you're a villain. Locking up immigrant children. Stephen Miller, you're a villain. Locking up immigrant children. Stephen Miller, you're a villain. Locking up immigrant children. Stephen Miller.
Okay, folks, outside of Stephen Miller, the Jew, I know you get mad, but I can't help it. They hate this guy. He's a Jewish young man that they're claiming is got this much pull on Donald Trump. Jewish young man put the help wanted sign on Stephen Miller, not help wanted, the attack sign or whatever you had up there on Stephen Miller just a minute ago. The first video, say it loud, say it clear, immigrants are welcome here, shouts a group about a dozen people outside of Stephen Miller's apartment building. The second video, protesters parade through the city center D.C. courtyard. Stephen Miller, you're a villain. Lock up immigrant children. You're the villain who locks up immigrant children. Folks, Maxine Waters' peaceful protest in America should be protected. Your right to freedom of speech should be protected. Your right to protest should be protected. I will help protect it. Maxine Waters needs to resign today, and there's an intern in a senator's office in New Hampshire that needs fired today. Mitch McConnell, as President Donald Trump would say, get off your ass. Same thing with Speaker Ryan over there. Get off your ass. I'm your host, BKP. We'll take a break, and then I'm for sure I can find something for the next 30 minutes to talk about, aren't you? Take it.
The Tupelo Tea Mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's T-E-A-S. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead. Yellow pollen means green cash at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. The spring savings event is on at Days, and the discounts are deep. Now save up to $11,000 off select new 2018 Chevy Silverados, or up to $6,000 off select new 2018 Equinox. Pick any Chevy you want and save a bunch during the spring savings event going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Folks, we asked for it. I asked for it here on the show. We all scream for ice cream, and we're getting something, and I hope it goes somewhere. Representative from Arizona, Andy Biggs, okay, has entered a motion here, or Andy Biggs has introduced a motion. That's Andy Biggs from Arizona. He introduced a measure calling for Congresswoman to apologize to the White House for endangering their lives and sowing seeds of discourse, resign from her position, and release a public statement saying harassment or violence isn't a form of protest. So thank you there, Congressman from Arizona, Andy Biggs, for doing that and putting that out there. And I would ask the rest of the representatives to have the cojones to continue what he just introduced. She needs to go. It needs to be handled now. I'm telling you, how are you going to feel when somebody is dead? That's the bottom line. How are you going to feel? How are you going to feel when somebody like Barron Trump, somebody like Sarah Huckabee Sanders' children, their children are threatened? We have heard this morning directly from a congressman about threats to his children. How are you going to feel tomorrow, Joe Scarborough and Minka Brzezinski? Minka Brzezinski, if you get up tomorrow and the child of any of these cabinet members or any of these congressmen is harmed, Are you going to get up tomorrow on Morning Joe and just go, oh, and then blaming it on President Donald Trump? Thank you, sir. Now, do we have a Peter Strzok picture? Okay, now I'm going to, I guess, a lack of a better way to put it, the congressman, if I heard him correctly this morning, Doug Collins, kindly told me just to relax a minute. Okay, that's what he said. He said, relax, we're going to get this guy under oath, and then we're going to get him to publicly talk, and then he's going to make mistakes. I have asked you this morning, I'm not going to change that. I have asked you, the President of the United States has asked you, okay? And has said publicly, oh, wait a minute. We have a breaking news. We have a tweet, and this is why they hate guys like me. We have a tweet 2 minutes ago from the President of the United States. The most profound, President Donald Trump tweeted out, the most profound question of our era, was there conspiracy in the Obama Department of Justice and FBI to prevent Donald Trump from becoming President of the United States? And was Strzok, oh, interesting, we got the picture, was Strzok at the core of the conspiracy? This came from Judge Napolitano. He's quoting the Judge Napolitano. I think you should call your congressman, senator, no matter who you got to call. Call him. How do I call him? Call the Congress switchboard. Go and Google, say, U.S. Congress switchboard, 202 something. Call Congressman Doug Collins, Congressman Steve Graves, Congressman Jim Jordan. Regardless, call them and tell them that this guy should have to face the American people and testify in public under oath. That's my opinion, okay? Let me see. Last night, President said, get off your ass. Okay. Here's one that came out an hour ago. 2 hours ago. Let's see. This is the whole Harley Davidson. Let's do this one more time. Earlier this year, Harley Davidson said they would move much of their plant operations in Kansas City to Thailand. That was long before tariffs was announced. Hence, they were just using tariffs, trade, war as an excuse. Shows how unbalanced and unfair trade is. But we will fix it. Yes, we will. We are getting other countries to reduce and eliminate tariffs and trade barriers that have been unfairly used for years against our farmers, workers, and companies. We are opening up closed markets and expanding our footprint. They must play fair or they will pay tariffs. Bottom line, it's always saying you're going to play fair, we're going to have fair trade, or you're going to have tariffs. You do it to us, we're going to do it to you. Okay? When I had Harley Davidson officials over to the White House, I chided them about the tariffs in other countries like India being too high. Companies are now coming back to America. Harley must know that they won't be able to sell back into the U.S. without paying a big tax. Okay? We are finishing our study of tariffs on cars from the EU, in that they have long taken advantage of the U.S. in a form of trade barriers and tariffs. In the end, it will all even out, and it won't take very long. You know, everybody is crying over Mercedes and BMW. Let me tell you something, people. You know what? Mercedes and BMW, you're crying over. But yet we gave Chrysler to an Italian bicycle company, Fiat, okay? Ford, don't get fooled by Ford. And you have General Motors, which still owes us money, but you're crying over these companies that have BMW and Mercedes turn around and try to sell your products in Germany and the EU. Take Peter Strzok now. He needs to do that in public. All right, now a couple quick things to finish. Rioting in the streets of Iran. The people are tired of they've got only 1.6 billion from us or whatever for returning hostages, most expensive hostages you've ever seen. That's what President Donald Trump said. So they're rioting in the streets of Iran. They may overturn. Iran may have the Ayatollah Khamenei, whatever the hell his name is. He may be overturned, that government. Iran is on the edge. Okay, so Trump is winning in North Korea. We may be winning in Iran soon. We may be winning the trade war. We're winning the regulations war in this country. We're winning on jobs. We're winning everywhere you turn. If it doesn't take Congress. So Iran, Supreme Court ruled in a Texas gerrymandering case that favored Republicans. Okay? You can look that up today. The Texas gerrymandering case, for the most part, the Supreme Court left the map alone, only questioned one district it was brought into question, but the overall ruling favored, the Supreme Court favored Texas. In that case, the lady that did not want to do floral arrangements for a gay wedding, it was sent back. Is it Washington State Supreme Court? And the Supreme Court asked the Washington State Supreme Court, I think it is, if I'm right, to look at the earlier ruling on the cake baker case. So that they can maybe make their determination of that Supreme Court ruling. So they're asking the florist that said, hey, I don't want to, it's a shame the lady didn't own the Red Hen and could just say, I don't want to serve you in my restaurant. Let's see. The florist ruling was sent back to the Washington State Supreme Court. The Washington State Supreme Court has been asked by the Supreme Court to look at it again and take into consideration the United States Supreme Court ruling for the Colorado cake baker Phillips. And then just 2 days ago, the Red Hen denied services to Sarah Huckabee Sanders. This thing could get interesting. So that's in the Supreme Court. Now, a big one. Illinois has an enormous union. Now, if you do not want money taken out of your check, you ever heard the statement, or you ever heard of garnish your check? I mean, you can lose a lawsuit and somebody can garnish your check. You can, child support, I guess they can garnish your check, whatever, okay? But there's certain legal, you have to go through court to have something taken out of your check you don't want. And it's called a garnishment. Outside of that, it's your money. I wish the other people would realize that, though. Don't you wish the government would realize the other part was your money? But outside of that, it's your money. And the government says you got to give this much for this, and the government says you got to give this much for FICA and Social Security and state and, whatever, Medicaid, Medicare, whatever, right? The government says that, and that they can take out. Anything after that, a court has to decide. It's called a garnishment. But in states that don't have a right to work law, the unions can just take it. No questions asked. You get your check. What's this? Well, that's your $29.99, union dues. My union dues, yeah, $29.99. You got nothing. We got veto over here. We got this over here. We actually will come to your defense if you get fired for sitting on your lazy ass. We'll run right in there and say, just because he's sitting on his lazy ass is no reason to fire his ass. And then we'll get you 2 years probation. You can sit on your lazy ass for 2 years while we're litigating it for you. All that for $29.99. All right, anyhow, here's the bottom line. So, you don't sign anything. You don't agree to anything. You see, when you go to get your check and you sit down with a company, you fill out all this information and you put your dependents and all this and that, you know, how many dogs you got, whatever, you send it in, and that's how payroll decides what your deduction should be. None of that with the unions in the states that don't have a right to work law. None of that. If you're in a state that has a right to work law, they have to ask you, and you're allowed to turn it down. So you got Illinois that has this enormous union, enormous, that just takes it out of your check. The Supreme Court is going to decide, I think today, on whether they can legally take it out of your check without your permission. So if you say, yeah, I want the $29.99 gold plan where I can sit on my lazy ass and you'll defend me. Whatever. Okay, just joking. My God, get over it. But if you say, okay, they can do it. But if you say, no, they can't. That will be a big blow. That'll be the biggest blow to unions. The Supreme Court coming up today. All right? So we're going to find that one out. There's a lot of other cases on the Supreme Court. Okay, I have to go here in just a minute. It's 9:46. I didn't want to leave without saying something here. I want to put this up as a tease, Amanda. So I want a special on this and pay attention. I mean, we're only like 10 minutes away from me being very happy, but anything could happen, all right? So yesterday, yes, there's a governor's race in Georgia, okay? Yes. But see, if you're out there, and let's just do it like this, and you know, and you're in the smoke and mirrors, and you got the AJC, and they're running out, and you got a Casey Cagle campaign floating this out and saying this, and then you got Kemp floating that back, and then the AJC writes a quick story on it, but there's nothing really that they're digging deep on. I have something we're going to hold right now. We're going to hold it. Okay, are you recording this or not? Thank you. I'm going to hold this. If you can tell me, riddle me this, Batman. Okay, are we ready? 706-889-9700. I want to hear for the next couple weeks. Now, I'm sitting on this. My nerves are shot.